Welcome back to The Haunted School, The Unknown Student, Episode 4. In the previous episode, Raj and his friend ventured into the heart of the curse that has plagued Maitri Vidyalaya for generations. They discovered a hidden chamber beneath the school where the curse was born. As they faced the terrifying spirits of the trapped souls, they found themselves caught in the very essence of the curse. Now they must find a way to break the ancient power that holds these spirits prisoner. Will they succeed, or will they become part of the cursed history themselves? Let's find out. As Raj and his friend stood in the dark, chilling chamber beneath the school, they were surrounded by the souls of the forgotten students, phantoms whose bodies had long since faded, leaving only their tortured spirits. Lily stars and cave. The air around them was thick with sorrow and anger, and Raj could feel the curse tightening around him like an iron grip. The shadows that once seemed distant were now drawing closer, their presence suffocating. The shadowy figure, the embodiment of the curse, stood at the center of the room, its hollow eyes locked onto Raj and his friend. Its voice echoed through the chamber, a low, sinister growl that seemed to reverberate in their very bones. "Curse! You should not have come here. This place is beyond your understanding. The curse is eternal." Raj's heart raced as the shadow loomed closer. He could feel the temperature dropping, the room growing colder by the second. The figures of the lost souls floated around them, their faces twisted in agony, their eyes full of longing and fear. They were prisoners, trapped in this cursed place for eternity, their souls bound to the land that had once been the temple of a vengeful deity. "Raj, we will not let you keep them here. We will break this curse." The shadow laughed, a sound like the crackling of dry leaves in a storm. It stepped forward, its form shifting, swirling like smoke. Raj and his friend instinctively stepped back, but the shadow's power was overwhelming. It reached out with long, shadowy tendrils, wrapping around them, tightening its grip. "Curse? You think you can break what has been set in motion for centuries? The souls you seek to free are mine, forever." But Raj was not willing to give up. He remembered what he had learned from the book in the library, the rituals, the markings on the walls. There had to be a way to stop the curse, to set the souls free. He knew they had to act fast before the curse consumed them entirely. "Raj! We have to use the ritual to break the curse. It's our only chance." His friend, though terrified, nodded in agreement. They quickly began to search the room, looking for any sign of the ritual that would break the curse. Their eyes landed on the blackened book lying on the altar. The pages were filled with strange symbols, but among them they found what they were looking for, a passage that described a way to sever the bond between the souls and the curse. Raj. To break the curse, the one who is bound must release the trapped souls. Only then can the land be cleansed. The blood of the innocent must be spilled to sever the tether. Raj's heart sank as he realized what the ritual required. The blood of the innocent. This was no simple spell. It was a dark, bloodthirsty act that would demand a sacrifice. But he knew they had no choice. Without this final step, the curse would never be broken, and the souls would remain trapped forever. Raj, to his friend, whispering on his face, "We have to do this. We don't have a choice." His friend nodded, fear in his eyes but determination on his face. Together they prepared to perform the ritual, chanting the incantation from the book. As the words left their mouths, the air around them began to hum, the shadows retreating as if they feared the power they were about to unleash. But the shadowy figure, still looming at the center of the room, was not ready to let go of its grip. "Curse! You are too weak! You cannot banish me!" The ground beneath them began to shake violently, the walls cracking, as if the entire school was trying to resist the ritual. The spirits of the lost students screamed in agony, their voices rising in a chorus of despair. Raj and his friend could feel the curse fighting back with all its power, but they refused to stop. "We must finish it. We have to release them." With one final powerful chant, Raj and his friend completed the ritual. The room erupted in a blinding light, the force of it knocking them both to the ground. The shadowy figure screamed in rage, its form disintegrating into nothingness. The air around them was thick with the sound of cracking energy, as the bonds that had held the spirits captive for so long began to break. As the last of the shadows vanished, the room fell silent. Raj and his friend slowly rose to their feet, dazed but alive. The oppressive weight of the curse had lifted, and for the first time in what felt like an eternity, the air felt light and free. The spirits of the lost students were no longer trapped in this world of darkness. They had been released. "We did it! We broke the curse!" But just as they thought it was over, a soft voice echoed in the silence. "Voice, thank you." Raj turned around, his heart skipping a beat. Standing before him was a familiar figure, the ghost of Rahul Singh. But this time, Rahul's appearance was different. His features were no longer distorted by the curse. He was at peace, his face serene, as if the torment that had once consumed him was finally over. "Rahul, you freed me, and all the others. Thank you." Raj could hardly believe his eyes. The figure of Rahul slowly began to fade, his form becoming translucent, as if he was preparing to move on to the next life. The other spirits too began to dissipate, their faces peaceful at last. "Naise, you're free now. Go in peace." Rahul nodded one last time before disappearing into the light, his soul finally free from the curse that had bound him to the school for so long. The next morning, Raj and his friend found themselves back in the familiar halls of Maitri Vidyalaya. The atmosphere was different now. The strange occurrences, the whispers, the cold spots, the eerie shadows were gone. The school, once a place of fear and darkness, was now a place of peace. But as Raj looked around, he couldn't help but feel a sense of loss. The school had changed, yes, but the memories of the spirits, of the curse, would stay with him forever. He had seen things no one should ever have to see, and he had experienced the terrifying power of the supernatural. But in the end, he and his friend had triumphed over the darkness. They had freed the lost souls and broken the curse that had haunted Maitri Vidyalaya for so long. As they walked through the school's gates for the last time, Raj couldn't help but glance back. The school stood there, still and silent, but in his heart, he knew that the ghosts of the past were finally at rest. And with that knowledge, Raj and his friend stepped into the future, leaving behind the haunted school and the unknown students that had once ruled its halls. Or is it? Will the curse return? Stay tuned for the next episode, where we uncover more untold stories of the haunted school and its mysterious past. And don't forget to subscribe, because the story might not be over just yet. Thank you for watching.